All right. A very good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Girl Child Empowerment Conversation series. We have already done 2 episodes, and today is our 3rd episode. Our topic of discussion today is academic achievers in schools must pursue further college education. 1 second, my internet is unstable. Allow me to first introduce myself. I am Jyoti Sandhu. I am an education coordinator and a member of Bedi Foundation. I am also the host of this series, and the idea, the intent behind this series is to keep our sponsors, our trustees, and our donors up to date about all the various education projects that are being conducted by us in the Government Girls Senior Secondary School in Dera Baba Nanak. I also want to take this space to briefly introduce Bedi Foundation to you. Bedi Foundation is a charitable trust established by late Baba Pritpal Singh Bedi, son of late Baba Ram Singh Bedi of Mulk Raj Mohalla, Dera Baba Nanak. The family is known as Kelewale Bedis, and the trust is now being managed by the grandchildren of late Baba Ram Singh Bedi. The managing trustee is Tikka Brajinder Singh Bedi, and the executive trustee is Major Retired Rupinder Singh Bedi. The foundation is executing several charity projects in Dera Baba Nanak, where lie the roots of the Kelewale Bedis. As part of a charity program, we had done a research project through SP Jain Institute of Management and Research. The topic was need analysis in DBN for girl child empowerment. And in this research, one of the aspects that was very highly highlighted was mentorship. So today's theme is based upon that. Now we have a case here where a student of class 12 in academic year 2021, she scored over 96%. She was given an academic achievement award by Bedi Foundation, but that girl could not pursue college education. She had to drop out from her further studies because of financial stress and family reasons. Madhubua has, okay, no problem, we'll continue. Such girls who are a spark and can shine must be given support so that they can achieve the benefits of higher education. Today, we have Vishali with us, an academic achiever having scored over 96% in her class 12 board examination. We also have with us Mrs. Madhu Sani, an educationist and a mentor. She runs education institutions in Yamuna Nagar. During the course of today's conversation, I shall be gathering both their views on girl child empowerment and the compulsions that a girl child faces in pursuing further education. So a very warm welcome, Vishali, and a very warm welcome to Mrs. Madhu Sani, who I will be referring as Madhu Bua, because she's my Bua. And right now she seems to have dropped out, maybe because of internet connection. Anyway, so let's start the conversation. Vishali, I will start the conversation with you. Is that all right?
Okay, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome, Bua.
I'm in Kasoli, so the internet just goes off at times, but now it's
no
okay.
problem. No problem. I just give an introduction of Vishali, and I will ask my first question to Vishali, and then I'll come to you.
Okay.
Okay, so Vishali, you are a bright student, and as per school record, you have scored over 96% in both class 10 and class 12 board examination. You were a topper of the science stream in Government Girls Senior Secondary School in Dera Baba Nanak, and you got an academic achievement award from Bedi Foundation. In our opinion, a girl like you should not have dropped from further education. But I am given to understand कि आपके घर में family problems थी, financial problems थी, and उसकी वजह से आपको छोड़ना पड़ा. So I want to ask you कि अगर आपकी family में financial problems नहीं होती, सब कुछ ठीक है, would you have further gone for a college education?
Yes, ma'am. I would.
Okay. That's wonderful to know. So I want to know that what are your aims in life? आप जिंदगी से क्या चाहते हो?
Ma'am, I have many aims. So मैं चाहती हूँ कि जैसे सब बच्चों की ड्रीम्स होती हैं अपने माँ बाप को मतलब प्राउड फील करवाना, घर के प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स चल रहे होते हैं, उनसे डील करके उनसे आगे निकलना. सो मैं भी यही चाहती हूँ कि प्राउड फील कराऊं अपने घर वालों को और मैं अच्छा करूं कुछ लाइफ में, उनका भी नाम रोशन हो जिससे. यस मैम.
All right. Madhubua, being an educationist yourself, you must be coming across several cases where children have to drop out from further education. I want to ask you a question that do you think there is a mental block amongst parents, especially with girls, that इनको further education देने की जरूरत नहीं है. Let's get them out, let's get them married early, and let's give them household work. So what would you say for such cases?
I really feel that parents, जहाँ especially बच्चियाँ बड़ी हो जाती हैं, it's taken for granted कि ये घर में आके काम करेंगी या करेंगे, but parents don't realize कि अगर बच्चों के ऊपर financial responsibility to earn होती है, so what they lose if they are not studying is much more than they would lose if they were studying, because your capacity to earn, Vaishali, would be double. It would be twice as much if you do your college or your post graduation, rather than just school के पहले ही आप अगर छोड़ के घर में बैठोगी तो आपकी capacity to earn is much less. Parents should be able to realize that, and छोटी सी बच्ची आप जैसे 18 साल के हो, आपके साल डेढ़ में अगर शादी हो जाती है तो your problems will only increase, right? बच्चे होंगे जल्दी उम्र में, बच्चों की सेहत नहीं ठीक होगी, आपकी सेहत खराब होगी, and because that is the biggest problem that young marriage will definitely lead to. And I do feel that realization parents को इसके अंदर बहुत जरूरी है that बच्चों को facilitate करना चाहिए education के लिए बेटा, because आपकी पढ़ाई आपके लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. It is very, very important for you to continue your education. And you sit at home, get married is the easiest option. चलो जी शादी होगी, छुट्टी होगी, but that will only be the onslaught of more problems, right? You will not, your education is what will carry you forth in life. Definitely, I feel, for as a mother, as a woman, and as a mother of daughters, the daughters must study. Very important. That's what I feel.
I completely agree with that. Vishali, tell me something. So you heard Madhu ma'am say her reasons as to why education is important. And you have also said, Abhi Pele, that you want to pursue further education. So I want to tell you that Vedi Foundation shall be sponsoring your college education. And now tell me, now that you have the finance as a backup, ab aapka financials is being taken care of, how do you intend on proceeding further? And what preparations are you doing for getting admitted into a good college?
Okay. After getting the scholarship, my focus will be to get admission in a good college. And okay. For that, I have been researching some best colleges around. I am also practicing several sample entrance exams, which help me to get into a good college.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Madhubua, what will be your advice to Vishali on her choice of colleges or on a future course of education?
See, I do feel that, coming from a smaller town or villages, education, again, the choice of education is limited. Your options are lesser. जहाँ आप जा सकते हो वो कम options हैं, Vishali, आपके लिए. you know, but जो भी सोचो, it should be job oriented. I know the foundation is going to sponsor you and, you know, you want to get into your masters, do your sciences, you're a science student. It gives you lots of opportunities. यही सोचो कि जो चीज आप प्रोग्राम करते हो, अगर साइंसेस का भी करते हो, जो भी करते हो, तो वैसा चीज चुनो जिसके साथ आपको जॉब पीछे मिल जाए. You know, आजकल तो साइंसेस के बाद बहुत ऑप्शंस हैं. You've got research options, you've got private sector में option, public sector में options. Teaching is always an option. जहाँ भी हो, आप किधर भी शादी हो, जहाँ भी हो, you can teach. And you're a bright student, you're a topper, you must a very good option for young girls is nursing. After sciences, you can go into a 5-year nursing program. You'll do a master's in nursing, and better you have the whole world open up to you. There are lots of options for after science. And if you want to, you know, your chemistry is your subject, I believe. And it's, I definitely feel research and lab technology hai, pharmaceutical programs hai. All these programs, jiske saath aapko at the end of 3 years or better 5 years, there'll be a job waiting for you. You know, you'll get a good salary, stand on your own feet. Ye socho ki jis program mein bhi jao, aapko at the end of the day, at the end of the road, padhai karke, it should be leading to a good career and a good job. You know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, I do agree with Bua on that point. Ultimately, a job is what one must catch hold of. And once you start earning independently, now that confidence you get, it will just shoot up. I mean, so much will open up for you. You'll meet all kinds of people, your confidence will build, and it will be just wonderful. Vishali, I want to know, अब आपने ये सब कुछ देखा है. You have gone through the school education. You know the limited support. You know the environment will not be, like many parents will not, you know, like अगर financial में problems हो रही हैं, तो parents बोलेंगे चलो school छोड़ दो, अभी मत करो. So you know the stifling environment you come from. So I want to know that if you have to give advice to the girls who are presently studying in school, what advice will you give them?
Yes. My advice would be that education is the one and only thing that no one can ever take away from us. It's the basic right of every human being. We can lose everything, but not the education. That is our wisdom. If we are educated enough, we can support ourselves without being dependent on someone. So please focus on getting education. And if you do so, you can conquer anything in life. Thank
you.
That was spoken so well.
So well. Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Madhubua, tell me something. Girl child empowerment is one area where the state of Punjab needs to do much, much more. Our study indicates, the study that was done by the SP Jain Institute, they basically indicated that girls are either being pushed into matrimony or household chores, or they are being sent overseas to Canada, Australia, or England after getting them to do the IELTS exam. Now, that is not what our girls of DBN should be subjected to. And we want to give them, we want them to be given as much education as possible. They should skill themselves up and they should be empowered to lead a meaningful life. So what is your take on that?
See, the thing is, again, a very old quotation, but one much quoted and very common, which says that when you educate a girl, you educate a whole family. One woman you educate a whole generation ahead, right? And for me, I do feel that, you know, education for girls is so, so important. It gives them the confidence, the ability to fly, to get wings, to choose their own path, to choose right from wrong. बेटा जो अपने पैरों पे खड़े होकर इकोनॉमिक इंडिपेंडेंस के मजे हैं ना, वो कोई नहीं दे सकता आपको. Your parents, your husband, no one can give you the maza of earning your own money. Seriously, that is the most important thing, and which gives you the ability, the mind में कि जो सच है और जो सही है वो choose करना या गलत, जो education only. And there's no harm. I mean, if you want to go abroad, any girl wants to go abroad, there's no harm in that. But again, the choices when you're educated is much, much more. अगर आप स्कूल के बाद चले जाओगे, क्या करोगे? किसी के घर में जाके बर्तन मांजोगे, और तो कुछ जॉब नहीं मिलनी है ना. पर अगर पढ़ के जाओगे तो वही अपॉर्चुनिटी विद एजुकेशन बहुत ज्यादा हो जाती है. College and post graduation, all options, the whole world is open to you if you're educated, right? And another biggest thing I do feel, Jyoti, in this whole thing concept is, that parents in this society today, the educational intervention from us, from society, most important, because parents are short-sighted. They see aaj ke liye chahiye, aaj ladki ko kamana chahiye. They don't see beyond that, and they feel hesitant to invest the time and the money in a daughter's education. कि लड़की को पढ़ा के क्या करना है, उसने तो शादी करके चले ही जाना है. Parents नहीं चाहते कि हम time और money invest करें. So some kind of, maybe as a society, we need to incentivize parents to be able to encourage them to to educate their daughters कि लड़कियां पढ़ें. Parents need to be taught, incentivized probably, especially in societies where financial burdens are, much more. And Vishali, हर एक चीज पढ़ाई करोगे आप और सभी बेटियां, आप ये सोचो कि आपके दिमाग का जो होराइजन है पूरा खुल जाता है ना बेटा, बहुत जरूरी है.
And I also feel that I really like this point of yours where parents need to be motivated.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so important because they are ultimately the decision makers of the kids. And but the beauty is that when Vishali studies and when she gets married, she will be in a better space. She'll understand the value of education and she will be further able to give her kids that education. And that is how the change happens in society.
Yes. Parents today hesitate कि भी time और पैसा क्या जरूरत है, पढ़ के शादियां करनी है. But that is, you don't realize that when you are educated, you in turn will educate your children, your daughters, and also give them wings to fly, the most important.
Yeah. Vishali, would you like to say something else? Any thoughts, last minute thoughts?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm really confused to choosing the course. Now I am able to choose. So,
Okay.
from ma'am's advice, now
Okay.
I will choose. Ma'am, now मतलब I will choose that course जो कि मुझे अर्निंग करने का मौका दे और मुझे अपने पैरों पर खड़ा होने का एक चांस दे.
Yeah, that's a good advice. I quite like that.
One point, Vaishali, definitely जिस कॉलेज में आपके लोग गाइड कर रहे हैं वहाँ BSc, B.Ed का प्रोग्राम होगा जरूर, कॉम्बिनेशन कोर्स. I'm not sure अगर है, but अगर है तो 5 साल में आप काबिल हो जाओगे to get a job right away as teaching, and कहाँ भी हो, किसी छोटे गांव, बड़े गांव, शहर, कहीं भी हो, कहीं नहीं जाती वो qualification. Something which is an integrated program which you are planning to do, which will give you the ability to stand on your feet after that. ठीक है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
And Vishali, अगर आपको off the record पे कोई help चाहिए, like after the conversation gets over and आपको कोई और further advice चाहिए, then Madhu ma'am is always here. You can always ask.
Always.
And somebody or the other will always help you. So don't hesitate कि मैं पूछूं ना पूछूं, क्या करूं, confused हूं. You can always ask.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
We tell our students, सभी बच्चों को मैं यही समझाती हूँ, और लड़कियों को खासकर, कि अपना सिर रखो सीधा और मोटिवेट, सीधी आंख पढ़ो, बस पढ़ाई में जोर दो इस टाइम, और कुछ आगे पीछे मत देखो. Don't get distracted. Okay, child?
Okay, ma'am.
Well, I don't have any more further questions. I want to say thank you to Madhubua for being a part of today's conversation. And thank you so much, Vishali, ki aap bhi aaye. It was very wonderful listening to both of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I want to conclude today's conversation by asking a few questions from parents who have daughters. And my question is that why don't parents want to educate their daughters? Why is education not important for a girl? Why education for a girl is given less priority? And why does gender even has to be a consideration when giving education to your child? I believe that I read this somewhere, and I'm going to read it out from here. The idea that some lives matter less is the root of all that is wrong with the world today. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Girls constitute half of the society, and if girls are illiterate, it means the society is incomplete. A girl child that is educated is more conscious. As Madhubu also said, a girl child is much more conscious of family planning. She's more conscious, she's more aware of the healthcare. She can earn an income. She can handle her home in a much more efficient manner. She can be a support to her husband in troubled times. A girl who is educated will understand the value of education and will in turn educate her children further. And that is how we are going to bring a change in our society. When you educate a girl, you not only affect her, you affect her family, you affect her community, and you affect the entire nation. In my opinion, it's high time that this society starts understanding that women must have the freedom and the possibility to decide who they are and what they choose to be. What is it that they want? It's high time that we start opening our eyes and start seeing what the advantages of an education is, what so many things that education can give us, instead of simply focusing on what a nuisance it is, what a waste of time it is, what a waste of effort and a waste of money it is. According to me, gender should never determine whether somebody should get an education or not.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishali. All the very best.
Thank
Well
you, ma'am.
done.
Yes, all the best. And thank you, Bhadubua,
Thank
for being on board.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, bache. Bye.
Bye.